All right, welcome to the Anarchy Trading Podcast. Going to be trading live London as always, and just 1 o'clock. So we're going to give it some time. Oh, I had to update my stuff, so we've got this. Let's go look at the news. See what we've got for news for today before we pick off. Yesterday was a great day. Could have been better. So when the live stream ended, quit. I was up 1.11. Take one more trade. Try to pass my challenge yesterday. Went against me. It was a good trade though, so I'm not too disappointed. It just didn't go my way, so I went down 0.5%, so I was up like 0.6 for the day or 0.55 or something like that. So not too bad. Let's take a look at the news. Really, no news for us today. We do have some red folder news, of course, this evening, so we'll definitely could see some consolidation up until then because we have unemployment claims, advanced GDP, quarter on quarter, and then we have some euro news as well. So maybe, who knows, the day might not be great for trading, but I'm sure we'll see some moves here or there, but nothing we need to be aware of right now. So uh, we're good to go. The Spanish unemployment rate shouldn't have effect. Could have a little effect, but we won't be trading through the open at 2 o'clock anyway, so nothing that we need to worry about there. Let's very quickly go to my FX book so you can just kind of see where it ended up the day yesterday, and we can kind of track. Yeah, I was up at 7.36. I wish I was still there, but again, shoulda, woulda, coulda. It was a good trade, so I'm not too concerned about it, and definitely still trying to learn how to deal with the psychology of being so close to passing a challenge. Like honestly, it's much easier for me to trade when I'm at break even or up 1% or 2 or 3 because you're just trading. But then when you're trading and you really want to get close, it's definitely hard to deal with that, at least for me. And so learning to get through that psychology is definitely it's a journey right now, working through it, and so we'll see how it goes. Let's see here. So again, yeah, so we've been progressing up. Yesterday we ended, we're at 6.8, 6.2, 5.3. So for like we've had a great week. Like this week, we started off at 17th, 18th, 19th. Where did we start off this last week? The 23rd? 23rd. So we started off this week at 5.3. Well, last week we ended at 4.6, so we went up 1% and 0.5, 0.5. So we've had a good week. So excited to see what this week is going to bring. And so let's just continue to see. We are due for, as I said, about every 4 days we take a loss and go down. I really would like to avoid that right now, being that we're up 6.8. We want to do everything we can to preserve that. So let's see if we can be careful, take some decent trades, and not lose a percent and then have to quit trading for the day or something like that. So let's try to be careful because yeah, for this week we're up 2%. We would like to be careful with that 2% and not lose all of that. I probably won't be able to trade tomorrow due to some various personal commitments. So let's see how we can end the week. If we can end the week 6.8 is fine. If we can go get up 7, any trade we take is going to take us up at least 0.5. So let's see what we can do for the day. And just to show you, I can show you that matching up with my dashboard here for the 10K challenge that we're working on passing. And so we've been working our way up. And so you'll see yesterday we hit $680. We're aiming for 800. So we're very close to the day. As you say, the last 5 days we've been profitable, which is really cool. Our last negative day was on the 17th. So we would like to keep this momentum going and see if we can just boost this and put a couple more positive days together and pass this 10K challenge, which would be cool. So let's go look at the indices and see what we have going on. Again, I'm going to move to a single screen for all of these for now so we can just chart at our own thing. And hopefully you don't hear, there's not too much sound going on. We've got some work going on in the gym. Thursdays, of course, as I've mentioned before, are route setting days. So we're going to have routes setting, and you might hear the impact wrench or something in the background. So let's switch this all over to daily and see where we are. I might not, I mean, if I'm forced to, maybe we take a trade, but I'm not really looking to take a trade be not really looking to take a trade before market open at 2 o'clock. Okay, so this is on the daily. Why are these not? Let's try reset. Let's try refreshing them. There we go. US 30, German 30, DAX, whatever. Yes. Ooh, big drop yesterday afternoon. That would have been nice to catch, right? So, but we had some, we caught some nice trades yesterday, so I'm not going to complain. Down to 200, free falling hard. Gonna have a bit difficult time drawing hourly or daily lines just because we got to go way back. But anyway, let's start with US 30. So let's delete all these lines, start fresh. So we're going to start off with the daily high, purple, and daily low. Price really falling right now. But again, anything could happen during, it's not going to fall forever. There's going to be some pullbacks. There's going to be opportunity to get in. We are at this area where I say price has been saved a lot. So if price continues to fall, maybe low of, what day was that? Was that yesterday? Monday? Low of Monday would be the first part. And then if it keeps falling, we're going down to the low of these two wicks. And then after that, we're having to go all the way back to June to maybe those equal lows. There, wick. These, and then finally that one. So that's if we keep going bearish. But I think we're going to save it. I think we're going to go bullish. But I was wrong yesterday, so could very well be wrong again. Pretty much all we need there. Those are some good lines. And as I said, the reason I'm looking for it to pivot, we pivoted here, here. Are we going to see the same thing here? Like we've saved it all the way since last year. This, this 32 500 or really 3,300 has kind of been an area where price has not been able to stay below there. It's tried a couple times, but has not been able to stay below there. So it'll be interesting. Came down, rejected off. It's come down. Now can we see? Will we see reject? Kind of get a W here, or are we going to see it come down and just blow through it like we see NAS and go down? And it will be interesting to see as time progresses. So let's drop down to the 1. So interesting place on the 1, honestly, right now. If it goes up, this is definitely some serious, a bit of a resistance here. We've had a lot of tries to break through here, been unable to. And the same goes for right here, like low of day, like this price right here. We've come down here once or twice. I mean, this is our absolute low right there. And honestly, I'm gonna, yeah, that's fine. But that's the very low. So this next target, I'd be anticipating, like there's gonna be stops under here, right? So if it comes down, we're definitely gonna see probably a little bit of a pullback first, and then see if we have an opportunity to go down. Where else could we put an hourly line? I see some here, wicks here, top of these. So probably on the 5, we'll adjust this on the 5, but we've got something right about here, which would be giving us a kind of a short term. If we end up going bullish, maybe we can start scalping if we go above that and try to go up to the next high, which would be maybe high of day up here. Let's drop down to the 5. And yeah, I do like how this line looks. We could go a little bit more aggressive. down, like there. So we've been saved on this green line so many times. Like, sure, you could, if you had a line here, like we could have, if we'd started drawing, been here a little bit earlier, we could have a green line here, and it comes down. It went down. Now we're retesting. You could be looking, but I'm not going to short it down into this box. Like, we're going to need to see some more. We would need to see more if we're going to do that. So for me, on this one, we could tighten it up though a little bit, because essentially all we have is wicks here. That's low of day. If it broke below here, retesting goes down, we could be looking to possibly short it down to, maybe here, or even we could pull that up. Maybe so these, maybe somewhere around here would be an initial target. So that is, these are drawn on the hourly, so they're plenty big. And then if we go bullish, where could we be going? Where would be our first targets? Well, yeah, maybe right here. And then if again, kind of up at this level. So those are kind of our two targets. Maybe target one, target two, and then final target would be like high of day, which is way up here. Now, I don't think was there a gap on this one. We did have a bit of a gap, but we kind of filled it already, just right here. But yeah, price has already filled that gap. So gap's already filled. So went up to the 9. Also, as I said, if I drew a line, it would be right there. Now we're going to see, is it going to roll over and drop? Problem is, like, these are exactly equal, and this came down, then this did not go anywhere, and now it's going back up. So again, you would need some confirmation if you really wanted to get in there short. At least I would. So that's it for US 30. Let's go look at DAX. Okay, so DAX, we have a gap on DAX. Now I don't know what the rates are, what the like stats are for DAX. Let's erase all of these. But the stats for US 30, I believe, so the Dow is 48% of gaps, like this one, the market gaps here and here. 48% of the time, the market will close that gap within 3 hours. So that's a pretty interesting stat. I mean, that's pretty good. 50% of the time, not bad at all. And the other stat is that 78% of all gaps will be filled within 3 days. So there's just some math for you. So you see this wick went up, closed this gap here, again, close this gap. This gap has not been closed yet. So we still have a gap from yesterday. So honestly, there's a good possibility that this will drive up and we could see this gap being closed before perhaps driving down. Again, we haven't made a new lower low here yet, but let's say if it keeps dropping, where could it go? Low of Monday, I think that was. If it keeps going, we don't have much. Bottom of that, of course, that was Friday, right? Oh, no, that was Monday. So Monday was the low of Monday. And if it breaks the low of Monday, then maybe just somewhere right here where we have a lot of wicks and bodies. And then this wick. And it's just a good distance. And then if we need to, we could put a middle, maybe a bit of a middle red line target, because that's a pretty big area. We could put a target in there because, again, if we're scalping, we're not scalping for this whole move, which is pretty big. Yeah, 88. Hey, what's up? Oh yeah, sorry. For some reason it wasn't saying I was gonna text. Okay, just accepted you. So yeah, 88 pips. We're not going for an 88 pip move, so putting one halfway there is good. And then let's see here. high of yesterday, the open of yesterday, and then finally there, and then up here. You join because I can't hear you, Levi. Can't hear you. There we go. I'm live streaming, but we can stop live streaming. Or we can just do our podcast while live streaming. I can drop the live stream. We can just pick it back up. Yeah. Let me just finish charting DAX. So hourly support right here. I'll just like 2 minutes. And then we have, say, just high of day, some resistance right there. All we need, drop down to 5, and then we have this big gap here, right? Like that would be my target if we go bullish, which I think we will probably, at least for a while, to fill that gap. So we'll keep an eye on that. If price breaks, essentially, yeah, right here, then we could, with some momentum, we could look on getting back in and going up to fill this big gap here from yesterday. So anyway, we're going to stop the live stream. We will pick it back up here closer to market open. We're going to record a couple podcasts, and we will be back.